Hello and welcome everybody to Dunes of Hope. The destructive behavior of mankind, global warming, and wars have led to the destruction of almost everything on planet Earth. So there's no more rainforests. The African savanna is dried out, and animals don't have any natural habitats where they can live in anymore. So scientists from around the world decided to build the Dunes of Hope Center, where animals are conserved, where animals are bred, so they can repopulate the world again in the future when all of the problems that are occurring on Earth are fixed and there's space to live for them anymore. So this is the thought behind this park that I'm going to build here. It's a little bit dark and apocalyptical where we are living in the time of this park, but I thought it would be a great idea to have something in the Antarctic, because this is an environment where you usually won't build a zoo or something like that. So I thought, yeah, it would be nice, as I am building a zoo in the desert, to go the complete opposite direction and build a zoo in the Antarctic, where we are not going to be able to build habitats on the outside for most of the animals, besides of the polar bear, the king penguin, and so on. But yeah, all these tropical animals and animals from Africa, from the desert, and so on, won't be able to live in this cold and yeah, not very welcoming environment. So what we have to do in this park is we are going to build most, if not all, of the habitats in the inside of buildings. So this is going to be a huge challenge, and I don't know, first of all, where this might lead to. I don't know if I can come up with an episode every week, because this will be very time consuming, as you can already see in this episode with the building that I'm going to do here. This is a 4-hour build, and it's just some kind of an entrance building, at this moment I don't really have use for this building, because there's nothing in it. It's an empty building, and I don't even have any facilities in it. So I also might need your help, guys, to build this zoo. First of all, I would be very grateful if you would provide me with some decoration stuff for this area. So the theme that I'm going for is, as I said, very apocalyptical. It's very much metal and glass and a little bit military construction thing, very, very technical science center thing. So if you could provide me with some buildings that you think would match the theme of this park, some smaller buildings, maybe some science stuff, and also some decorations, like some technical stuff with you're going to see a satellite receiver, or I don't know what it is called in English, at the end of the episode that I was going to build. So something like this. If you want to provide something to my park, just join my Discord, so we can talk about that, and I can give you any further information, and I will be happy to put down these buildings in this park, and for sure I'm going to mention where it is from, who you are, and where to find this in the workshop if you want to. So yeah, with that being said, that would be such a great thing if you help me out with this a little bit. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to build all the habitats indoor, so we might have huge buildings here and huge halls for the animals, because it is not going to be just just the small animals like the small world that I was building in Arizona's, but it is going to be habitats for elephants and rhinos and bears and tigers in the inside. And as I said, it is a breeding facility, so it is not going to be that there is just one habitat per species. There's going to be more habitats. Maybe not all of them visible for the visitors, but in the background somewhere. And that makes the whole thing very, very, very massive, because I want it to make sense. So if you would have just one male and one female of a species, this would not be possible to save the species from extinction. So you definitely have to do more, and you definitely have to control breeding as well, because you don't want to have inbreeding, and you want to have a pretty broad genetic variety in there. So yeah, as I said, this is going to be a very challenging project, but I'm looking pretty much forward to it because I'm very excited about it. Yeah, but let's talk about this building right now. This building is almost built with non-grid pieces. I just used the grid pieces for a small area in this building for a roof, but all the other stuff is all non-grid pieces, which made it a little bit easier for me, because I had more freedom to build the way I wanted it, and not to have everything just plain and square. Yeah, I also cut some stuff out, or a lot of stuff. As I said, it was for our build for the whole thing, because a lot of it was putting down metal pieces, putting down glass, putting down roofs, and and continue. And so I cut a lot of stuff out, and here you could already see the whole shape of the building. And I can remember, as I started building the whole thing, I just put down, as you could see in the beginning, some of these small metal pieces, and I just copied them and went around and up and down and left and right, and didn't have a plan. I just wanted it to be a little bit different than everything else that I had built before, and I wanted the building to look interesting. So as I said, I didn't have a plan for it, and I'm very, very, very happy with how it all turned out in the end, because yeah, until the last few minutes, I didn't have a clear vision where I was going to. I just lived from moment to moment and had some new ideas and built something different and added this and added that to the building, and yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm putting down some of the mulch pieces for some part of the roof. I was thinking about putting down plants on the roof because I had this picture in my head from Jurassic World Dominion, from the trailer, where we could see the Manticore facility, I guess it was, and there was this huge building with connected to a lake or a river, and it also had these plants on the roof, and I wanted to have something similar than this. Um, in the end, I decided to not put plants on the roof because, yeah, I thought this wouldn't be realistic because, yeah, we are in the Antarctic and it's cold here, and even though we would put some heaters on top of it, it wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't make sense. And so I decided we're going with the mulch pieces for the roof, but we're not going to put plants in there. But we will have plants on the roof. But yeah, we're coming to that in a few minutes. And I also did like the interesting shape of the roof that I was going to build here. And as I was building the roof, I didn't know at the moment how to connect it with the rest of the building. So, yeah, I just was going with it and trying things out. And in the end, it worked. It worked. And as I said before, I'm very happy with how it worked out. As you can see, I used these metal pieces to create the wall for the other part of the building, so that our mulch roof and the rest of the building is connected properly. So here I'm building some kind of a dome for some, yeah, for some plants that I wanted to have on the roof. As I said before, I wanted to have plants in some kind of way on the roof, but in a way that it would make sense. So I used these glass pieces and built some kind of a dome to put on the roof later, and yeah, to put in some plants underneath it. These plants should be symbolic for, yeah, for the plants that have been saved by the Dunes of Hope Center, because yeah, clearly they didn't only save the animals, they also saved a lot of the foliage as well. So this is some example for, yeah, for the work they did, I might say, and you can see it in the entrance area already. Once again, putting down some plaster pieces, some mulch pieces as a roof. And I also thought this would give the whole building a nice and interesting look as well. So here's the only part where I'm using the grid pieces for the roof I was going to put down, because I always think it is difficult to connect the parts of a building when you build with off-grid pieces and grid pieces, and use the grid pieces in different areas. So yeah, as I said, this is definitely the only part where I'm using the grid pieces. I'm also going to upload this building to the workshop. So if you are interested in having it or using it for your zoo, you can download it in the workshop. I'm going to put the link down in the video description, so you can check out my my workshop items and get it for your zoo. So the next thing that I was going to build for the entrance building was something that I was thinking about, which would make a lot of sense for yeah, for the zoo, because how would you, I shouldn't say zoo because it really isn't a zoo. Yeah, how would you enter this this center in middle of the Antarctic? So you definitely won't use bus or tube or train or something like that. So I decided we have to have a helipad in there, so that you can enter the park by helicopter. And for that we are going to need, yeah, a landing platform. So I was going to build that and put it on the roof of our building. It was a little bit difficult in the beginning because I didn't think about the fact that that as we are building in this environment, we have the problem that everything is covered with snow. So it was not possible for me to put down the age for the helipad on the platform, because everything was covered in snow. So I had to come up with the idea that I have to put in a heater on top of it, so that there won't be snow in the middle of it, and I can put the age there, which I did. Yeah, here you can see. And I guess I have to work on the whole thing a little bit more, because right now we have the helipad, but we don't. Our visitors or the scientists that are arriving here are not able to leave it. So we have to build something like a staircase, a ladder, or something like this, and put it on top of it. Yeah, and the next thing is going to cover everything with these metal pieces that we already built the walls with, to cover our roofs, and also the not just the roofs but also the floors. And then a lot more of windows and metal and glass, and yeah. So we're almost finished with the building itself, and then I came up with the next idea. So I was thinking about what would you see in a science center in this environment, and I thought there has to be something like, I don't know if it is the correct word. Please let me know in the comment section if it is not. I'm just calling it a satellite receiver. So I hope you know what I mean, and I hope it is the right word. If not, then yeah, please educate me in the comments. Yeah, so I was going to build this satellite receiver with those metal beams. I had a reference picture, as I do always, on Google, and I tried to, yeah, to make it look as realistic as possible. Which was not that easy. And if you would have a closer look at the whole thing, you might see that it is built a little bit messy. But if you put it on the roof of an actual building, it all makes sense, and it looks very realistic and really beautiful. So I guess yeah, I guess it is pretty cool. But let me think what you guys think of it. And I also didn't want to look for it in the workshop and use someone else's work in one of my parts, without the person knowing that I did that. Yeah, I just didn't want to do that. So this is why I said to you in the beginning, if you want to participate something, or give something to this zoo, or you want to build something for this zoo that I can use, just let me know. And yeah, join my Discord, of course. And I have to admit, usually I'm not someone that enjoys building things besides from habitats for animals, but it was a lot of fun to build that stuff here, because it was so different and yeah, so not Planet Zoo, I might say. And yeah, it was really fun to do something completely different this time. And I'm also very curious what you guys think about this, because as I said, it is a very different approach from everything that I've done so far, and also a very different theme, I might say. And this was also the first time that I used those art pieces. Those art pieces are, yeah, they are coming in very handy if you do something like this here. Um, because they are very versatile, you could color them in any color that you want to, and yeah, they just plain simple. So there's no decoration stuff around it or something like this. So you can just use the shape in any kind of way that you want to, and make it work for your project. And I have to admit, this was a little bit messy because there is no real connection from these posts to to the actual build, but I might get into it again to make it make a little bit more sense. But right at the moment, or in the moment I was building it, I was so exhausted and I just didn't know how to make it work a little bit better, that I said in the end, oh my god, it looks amazing, it looks cool, nobody sees that, but yeah, I think I might get into it again. Oh, or I don't. I forgot that I did something. They're still not connected very well, but it does make a lot more sense now. It doesn't look that messy again. Yeah, and so this part is finished. Just placing it on the roof. I don't know if it is good if I place it that close to the helipad, but yeah, it is what it is. And it looks cool. So the next thing, and one of the last things that we are going to do, is putting down the plants in our bubble here on top of the building. I might think that this is something that we're going to do a little bit more often, with some of, yeah, some bigger bubbles in the outdoor areas where we have some kind of display of the plants in there that are going to await us in the halls that we are going to build. I think that is a cool idea. Yeah, I think that is something that I'm going to do. So we are finished with our first build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next episode in Dunes of Hope. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, if you like this series, if we should continue with it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode as well. Bye!